Just rolled to 3-0 after beating the Cavaliers for the second time on Monday. Things of note: shooting, Harden's first step, and Maxey looking like the guy that we kind of hyped up all throughout the offseason. So what are your thoughts and feelings so far from what you guys have seen throughout the preseason?
You guys seem enthusiastic for the most part. Look like a good team with great potential. It's just hard for me, when you don't really have your full bunch each game to kind of see on multiple games. So it's kind of hard. You end up just picking how guys are playing individually, but even that's tough because roles and things are going to change when you have your full team. So it's just good to see them out there. And I'm going more on, are they competing? Are they trying to defend? And are they, trying to play, passing the ball? Or do they look like a good cohesive group? And from that standpoint, I think so.
Teja, what have you noticed? What are you excited about?
It's funny that our probably our worst first half is when we did have our full starting five.
Yeah.
When Embiid wasn't there. The other two halves, the first halves of the other games, we pretty much handled the entire time. The last game against Cleveland, it's cool to play the same team twice in a row too, because you can see the blatant differences between how we play with a full team and then without Embiid the second time. They were missing Love and someone else too, but they had most of their guys there. Overall, I feel great. I think we were looking for. I wanted to see Harden's feet. I want to see how quick his feet were because we're comparing. It's a much different Harden to previous years where he says he's way more far ahead in his conditioning than he usually is. So it's interesting to see how quick his feet is. He broke some ankles. He made the dude fall. That was awesome. And then he's just getting to the rim a lot easier. Is he so much faster? No, but he's not laboring as much to get to the rim. I feel like he's not last year when he was getting to the rim, he was huffing and puffing like Jamal Lewis on the sidelines after a 50-yard run. All right. You guys know what I'm talking about. But now it's he does it. It's what he expected when he was thinking up the play or when he was thinking what to do to this guy. Whereas last year, it almost feel like he was throwing the kitchen sink out there to try to get by somebody, doing anything he can, right? Like an old crafty pitcher. But now it's he just has that first step and he gets there. It's awesome. And I think also maybe the best 3-point shooting that we've had in Embiid's tenure, bench and starters. I think it's going to be awesome to watch what we finally wanted to design around Embiid, which is just everyone can hit threes. So that's great.
Just lastly, before we go to the bets for the season, what do you think about Matisse, Teja? I think he went 3 for 3 the other night.
I'm rooting for him. It was funny too. I was listening to Bill Simmons podcast with Zach Lowe, and they had a is this it for the Sixers segment? It was just about a 10-minute segment on just the Sixers, and Simmons was really high, and I think this is the year. I think this is the year Sixers do it. I think they both said pretty much the same thing. They both have kind of the same concerns, but he brought up Thybulle at one point. He calls him Thybulle too, which is he goes back and forth. He says anyway. He was saying how you see he gets infatuated with guys who play amazing defense or who just can't shoot because there's so many of those guys, the long wings who can just guard everything and can't shoot. But he's I still think he has this year to become a good enough shooter to not match his defense, but get close enough, right? So that's what we're all hoping for. Hey, man, I hope he can continue it. I hope he can. I don't need 3 for 3. I mean, give me a bunch of 1 for 3s, and I'm okay with that too, actually. So, like we said, aim for the stars, hit the roof.
Yeah. I said it's was 33.3% good enough.
I'm
you
good.
Just said 1 for 3, so now you're coming around.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I won't be mad at 1 for 3. I won't, because it 1 for 3 every game. You have to get on him. You shouldn't leave him open every time. If he does 1 for 3 for the first 20 games, that's enough of a scouting report. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, for a team to be like, okay, he can hit that shot. Let's get on.
Teams will pretty much say, don't give him clean looks if he hits one. I mean, that's pretty much how they would defend him.
I mean, look at Tucker. Tucker wasn't always a knockdown corner 3. He built into that. He became that. Now it's like he's known for it. You go from like
known for corner 3s.
Yes. You go from like not being a shooter at all, like let him take it, to I think he can hit that, to no. Don't let him take that. Don't let him take that. He's gonna hit it. So it's just that's how it can go.
It became the only shot he was taking too. So I mean, that's where that's the question of how they're going to use Thybulle. Is that going to be his shot exclusively, like Bruce Bowen? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that how he's going to be used? Because then it's like, get your sweet spot. Which side are you best on? So if you're best shooting from the right or the left side, whichever side is the best, make sure you're taking 90% of your shots from that spot. So it's just stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'd like to look at Thybulle's shot chart to see where he does hit the best percentage. I'll take a look at that this week. And
if that's the case, like, that's the kind of stuff, and I'm sure they chart it, but it should be noted. Like, if you're shooting, that most of the time you'll see him. Most right-hand shooters are usually better on, the right side. So if we're watching the home game, like in front of the Sixers bench.
Yeah. We'll certainly be tracking it. That's for sure.
Hey, we're just happy you're coming around on Thybulle, man. I think you just said, you gave Tucker time and he became a knockdown 3-point shooter. That's what Eric and I've been saying all offseason.
I wouldn't say come around. I'd say, if anything, I've been a Thybulle flip-flopper. I'll give myself that.
All right.
Is that better? Is that more honest? I'm being honest.
No, you haven't been a flip-flopper. You have flipped.
Yeah.
You have not flopped back.
No, because I started being a big time Thybulle.
That's what I'm saying. You were with him and then you flipped back. Then you flipped when you weren't. So you haven't really flopped back to where you were initially. You're still on the other side. You're still waiting. You didn't go back and forth. You flipped one time.
I'm back in the saddle. I mean, I got like one leg in it. I'm holding on to it like this. My other leg's like dragging.
We need some regular season games to know if you.
That's true. Okay, I'm not totally on the saddle.
One game and 1 0 for 4.
I'm like, I'm holding on like the car door with like rollerblades on. How about that? Like that's what I'm doing.
I was gonna have one stretch where he goes like 0 for 7 over like 2 games.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, you're gonna be back on here like overreactionary Stephen A.
Hey
Smith.
guys, I'm not gonna need to do that with him. If he goes over 7, if he goes over whatever for 10 games straight, he ain't getting minutes for very long. Okay, so don't worry about me selling out Thybulle. You worry about that coaching staff selling him out, because there's a lot of guys on that team who's going to take those minutes and run with it. We have a competitive second unit now, so he has to hit those shots if he wants to stay on the court, at least some of them.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
His contract here, you got to pull, NFL running back move and just make it work out there. Get that money in that contract year.
Pull a Josh Jacobs.
I was just going to say that. There you go.
Yeah, I'm sure it's ingrained in your memory after a Monday night performance.
Yeah. Yeah.